Okay, these two are the two variants that I own of the Neo Geo console range, and this one on my right is the UK model, PAL model. This one on my left is the Japanese model, and this one runs at 50 Hz refresh rate on the TV, so in theory the games should be slightly slower, but the pixelization shouldn't be as bad, so the quality of the picture generally should be better on this, but the actual game should look as though they're slower. I don't get any blood on this, in-game blood on this. When playing NAM 75, for example, some games do get blood in game. Sorry, I'm mumbling, but that's the main difference. Japanese old games are uncensored, blood flying all over the place. The only problem is I don't understand Japanese, so when I'm playing games like Raiden Hero, which isn't very often, or Blues Journey, where I go into a shop and I want to buy something, it's all in Japanese and I can't understand it. So I generally use this. I don't notice any difference in the picture quality, even though this is a PAL and this is an NTSC. I don't notice any slowdown difference between the two, so that's a myth in my opinion. Now running through a very quick spec of the CPU unit that's in the Neo Geo. It's actually got two CPUs. One is a 16-bit CPU running at 12 megahertz, and the other is an 8-bit CPU running at 4 megahertz. So in total 16 megahertz and 24-bit basically CPU. So in effect this is a 24-bit system, or at the very least a Super 16-bit system. It's not in the same league as a Super Nintendo or a Sega Mega Drive. To give you an example how fast this is in its day, 16 megahertz. In total, the Super Nintendo ran at around 3.5 megahertz, and the Mega Drive was slower again. So this in the day, obviously you paid the price for it, $600 or something like that, was just mesmerisingly fast. Even PCs then were like 386s with running at 16 megahertz. So in its day this was just dream hardware. Okay, I'm going to show you some shots. Well, I'm going to show you some of the peripherals, then I'm going to move on to some in-game action to show you the real differences, which obviously you can't see when you look at the consoles. Now, one last thing I would like to mention is serial numbers and RGB output, the video output units that were made for the Neo Geo. Serial numbers below 85,000 actually had a better video output, a much better video output. This one is, if I show you the serial number on the bottom, is, if you can see it, 25038. Now, I actually had one that was over 100,000, the serial number, and the picture quality difference is immense. It's unreal. This is actually a really early Japanese model. This is 13743. I'm not sure if you can see it. And again, the graphical difference between that and a Neo Geo with a serial number of 323,000 is just not funny. So if you have got a later serial number Neo Geo, it might be worth trading that in somehow for a low serial number Neo Geo, because there's a big difference. A big difference. Unfortunately, I haven't got, or fortunately, I haven't got a Neo Geo greater than 85,000 to show you the difference. But I'll show you the peripherals, then the in-game differences, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you. Okay, from left to right, this is the new style joystick. The last sort of joystick you could buy for the Neo Geo, the very latest one. It is excellent to use. It is not as I actually prefer the original, but this, to be quite honest, isn't far off that, and it's a delight to use. Got a nice click on the stick. This is obviously the original. Again, this is just fantastic. The spacing of the buttons, the responsiveness when you're playing a game, nice easy start and select. This normally pauses a game. Lovely. And when the CD came out, this came out with it, the joypad, which is, again, you've got clicks on the stick itself, and it's actually quite a neat joypad. I think this influenced many joypads in the future. Obviously, because at the time when this came out, all the other sort of dedicated pads on the other systems were just, they weren't like sticks. When you look at the Xbox 360, it's got two of them now. And memory card. Unfortunately, this is the marble effect memory card. This is the original memory card, which is smooth. The problem with this, which I find of ridiculous, is it doesn't actually store high scores in your games. It just, if you play a Metal Slug for example, if you run out of continues on level 3, then it'll ask if you want to save that to your card. So it saves progress, which I would have preferred if it saved high scores personally. But yeah, that's them peripherals. Now you've got two type of leads that you can use. This is an RGB lead, which is what I use. I would never use the next lead I'm going to show you, which is a straight. This is what came on the system, which is a straight composite lead. That would just give you mono sound, and really one of the best upgrades you can make is buying an RGB SCART lead. And that's it for the peripherals that I own. I'll move on to the differences between the Japanese and the UK consoles. In-game differences. Okay, this is the UK Neo Geo, and I've got Samurai Showdown 2 in there. Now I'll play one round, and if you just notice the text in this and the graphics and the graphical effects, you'll notice that the blood is actually green. Okay.
島原の境地より時は流れ、今再び嵐の予感があった。顔を割る、いざ尋常に。勝負。
Oh!
unfortunately the TV I'm demoing this on does not support the RGB output of the NTSC. It's not 60Hz compatible, so I've had to put in the composite lead, which is shaky, which is rubbish basically. So this just demonstrates the difference in the language and the in-game difference, i.e. there is blood.
島原の行事よりといざ尋常に1本目勝負
So that basically shows you the blood, and that is the main difference, and the blood actually adds a lot to the game actually. So I think it's worth having. Well, I've obviously got the English and the Japanese console because I like the blood and I like being able to read English when I'm playing games like Riding Hero and Blues Journey. Until the next time, I'll let you make up your own mind. I hope you found this useful and informative and possibly interesting. Until next time, take care.